Hello world, this is Nick Jackson, and today we are talking about joyfulness with the dope. Yo, get ready to be Jeremiah. You gonna love this guy. Hey world, thank you so much for watching One Word Wednesday. Remember, comment, share, and if you want to get involved in what we're doing, join our Patreon group. I think you'll love it. Hey, when we love you, you're the fuel that keeps us going. Let me tell you, we're talking about joy today, and we're going back to it. Hey world, this is Nick Jackson, and I'm so excited because today I got my boy Jeremiah. I got to tell you, so I can tell you like 30 different things about Jeremiah. One, he lives in the country. Two, he's from the hood. He's one of the most hilarious guys I've ever met, but he's also one of the most serious guys I've ever met. He's a lover, a father, an entrepreneur. Jeremiah, say hello to the world.
Hey guys, good to be with y'all.
That's what's up. So, hey, I got a question for you, sir. Today we're talking about the word joy. Matter of fact, joyfulness. When you hear the word joy, if you were just the first thing that comes to your head, what would it be?
I got the joy down in my heart. Down in my heart.
What?
Childhood favorite, just putting that out there. They don't play that on 99.5 anymore.
Oh, 99.5. We ain't even got that where I live. I don't know nothing about it.
Oh man. That's
what do you think about? What's the first thing that comes to your mind? What else?
Man, I honestly, it's funny because like I have two parts of me. I want to go one way and the other. I want to go one, what prevents people from it? Like I think about like, do most people that I know experience genuine joy? Yeah. And then the other side of it is like, oh man, joy for me is, and it's just so like the things that kind of come to the surface real quick are the things that I don't know, I could maybe transition in the word happiness or want to define it, you know. So those are the immediate knee-jerk reactions when I think about the word joyfulness.
Man, that's so interesting. So you were thinking like the two different paths, right?
Man, yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm completely into that song. Even though we kind of joked about it a little bit, I got that joy down in my heart. Like I used to sing it as a child, right? I would sing these words, not necessarily knowing what it's saying, what it's meaning, right? But then like there will be times in my life where I will be needed and I'm tired. And into sometimes in my life where I'm going to be needed and I'm exhausted and I have to tap into an energy source that's not necessarily readily available on the given day, right? And that's when I go into my joy.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for like, you know, there's probably girls or somebody out there listening right now that's like their name is Joy. Yeah. Could you imagine the bar that got set for that person? You're like, oh no, you're Joy all the time. Don't mess it up for everyone else.
Right, that's right. Oh man, you know it's funny too because like you know I run on an organization called Speak Love, right? And this is what we try to do. It's about personal identity, internal and external. But like sometimes I'm not feeling like this. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'm driving down the street and I get caught off, you know, sometimes some things will happen and like the word joy is the same way. If your name is Joy and you don't exemplify what joy should look like, are you a failure?
That's good. That's deep.
You know
right
what I'm
there.
saying? Are you a failure? Your name is Joy. Someone called you Joy and you brought me sadness. You fake.
Deep.
So I gotta ask you this next question.
Yeah, man.
Matter of fact, I asked you the first one before. Let's go to that. When was the first time you feel like you felt joy?
I'm gonna answer that, but the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little prequel right before it.
Go ahead.
Coming from a background like mine in my teenage life and my childhood where it wasn't easy. So I had a background of what I thought, and I'm just gonna jump to the chase so I can give the punchlines. I experienced like childhood abandonment, parents separating, always thinking things were my fault. And then I lost some loved ones. I had a sister and her family, you know, killed and I don't want to get doom and gloom, but what I want to say is you're getting ready to hear this response from a guy who came from a background of just turmoil and pain and anguish and frustration. And probably I lived a majority of my adolescent life angry and frustrated that I couldn't experience the joy that I actually saw in other people. So when I started to grow, I say grow up a little bit, but when I kind of came in contact with what I would have said, my experience of joy, maybe for the first time where it was deeply rooted into my heart. I was a senior in high school when I got my junior in high school girlfriend pregnant. And I mean, that was a real deal, man. We just went right for the chase. And of course, 9 months later, you know what happens. And anyway, so here I'm graduating high school, and she's going into her senior year in December 1999. Man, we gave birth to a baby girl, and it was a dangerous thing. Like, I took her to the hospital. Everything went wrong. They had to do emergency C-section, and I'm standing outside the glass. And those of y'all who've ever gone to the hospital to see a baby, there's a nursery, got the glass there. You just waiting for the baby to come out and be like, it's a boy, it's a girl. Well, we knew it was a girl. We already knew that was going down. Right. But I'm standing outside this glass, and it felt like forever and ever, and all this fear. And I wasn't a daddy. I didn't even feel like I was a very good man. I didn't even treat her very good. Like, everything was wrong. And when they brought that baby girl out, and I saw that she, like, nothing could take away the gift I had just been given. See, in that moment, I became a father, a daddy. And that wasn't what what I did got to that, but who I was what was rooted in the base of my heart. And in that moment, it was a dad. So when I got the gift of dadhood, oh man, I got the gift of joyhood. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So
it was.
I gotta ask you, when you go from being Jeremiah, athlete, fun guy, outgoing party dude, right? And that guy is now daddy. Because it looks like the athlete, the winning games, the hanging out with the ladies, doing all that kind of stuff, that looks like that should probably bring you joy, right? But you're saying this identity as a dad brought you joy. What does that even mean?
Well, here's what's crazy. Like, yes, I chose the girl. I honestly didn't choose the child. Like, that wasn't it for me. It chose me. It was a gift to me. And I never experienced this. Like, there wasn't a game I had to win, a score I had to make, or a touchdown I had to nail, or a test I had to pass, whether or not I was good. I could suck, I could fail, or I could be great. It didn't take that away. What was given to me was a person. It was who now. And that was like, whoa, it's scary. But looking at that life, that was now my responsibility. That she was beautiful. Oh man, she was beautiful. Just, whoo, it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm saying this too, like, you got to understand, that was 1999. I am expecting baby number 6 in like 7 months. So you're talking to a man who, like, that joy was so addicting, I couldn't stop myself. I couldn't stop it.
I needed more.
I was barely 18 on number 1. I'm turning 40 this year, folks, and I'm going number 6. That's right. That's what I'm saying. It's like a touchdown now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You got a whole basketball team and one on the bench.
Oh man.
That's what I'm going. But my question to you is, if you're a person that doesn't feel that joy, if you didn't get to be in the delivery room and get that gift given to you, right? Matter of fact, you feel like someone else is in the delivery room getting the gift that you could have had for yourself, but it was given to someone else. If you're a person that doesn't have that opportunity to be called daddy or to have that joy, what do you do?
Oh man, let me do it like this. Let me give you the Kit Kat and a message and break it down for you. So here's the interesting thing. I'm gonna paint 2 pictures. The first picture is the person that's why I said, like, I got 2 paths I want to run on. Man, this gives me joy, and it's pretty easy for me to identify the places that I've just been so radically fulfilled that, like, you couldn't rob fatherhood from me. It just is. You know what I'm saying? It's like, win or lose, I'm still a daddy, and there's something about that that's so beautiful. And I think sometimes we put joy and happiness based on what we do or what we expect. And in reality, the basis of joy comes from who you are, what is. It's not about what needs to be, it's about what is. And if you today can say who you are, I am a father, I am a husband, I am a man of God, I am a teacher, I am a friend. Like, you are those things. And those things that you are, you could be bad at, you could be good at, but the truth is, the basis of your joy comes from who you are and you believing in the identity that you've been given. It's fire, man.
What happens when you get that? So when I was talking to you before in the beginning of this conversation, you were talking, well, actually towards the middle, you were talking about having this one identity and then having the identity of daddy, right? So what does the old identity look like compared to the identity of daddy? What was this one?
Oh yeah. So check this out. You even made the statement. You're like, man, all the girls in the background and the partying and the games and the athletic, man, all those things were things that I did and I enjoyed. I'm not I enjoyed most of it, you know. I hated the consequence on the next day or when I got caught, but it was all good most of the time. And nonetheless, like I was in a season where I was seeking and pursuing the thing that would indefinitely bring me joy. Like everybody is on the pursuit of, let's just say it, we're on the pursuit of happiness. I want to do what makes, what makes me happy. It makes me feel good. It makes me whatever. However, sometimes we put so much weight in what we do to bring our own self-satisfaction that like, we're not counting the losses that we're killing along the way. So if I could go back to what you were saying a second ago, what about the person who's wrestling with the fact that they see other people? Because I was there. That's where I was growing up, man. I felt like I was without the dad in the picture sometimes, without the mom in the picture, without the money. I was impoverished background, man. I struggled growing up. And in that season, I wanted what I saw everybody else had that on the surface seemed like most of the most unhappy people that I know are rich and actually got it going on for them. So why don't they have joy? Why aren't the things that they're getting and winning bringing them joy? Well, at the end of the day, it's still an identity crisis. They thought by getting those things, again, they thought the circumstance would change the outcome of what they would feel. And at the end of the day, sometimes it buries you down even deeper, away from the thing that you wanted based on how you chased it. So let me give you this. The person who is genuinely experiencing joy and has no idea how they got it, and the person that is like frustrated at the idea of joy or that they've never got it, the answer is the same. It's defining what joy is. Because when you finally define it and you nail down, where does joy come from? How do I receive joy? What is it that genuinely gives me joy? I'm going to give you the nickel dime best answer I can. When you look in the mirror and you are absolutely satisfied with who you are, a waterfall will come from the inner being of who you are, and just it's almost like it gives you life when you can find a genuine goodness in who you are. And the frustration for most people that don't embrace joy or don't have it is they've been looking at their circumstances to dictate whether they're happy about it or not happy about it.
Right.
So here's the deal. I believe that how we choose to embrace adversity is the very thing that dictates whether or not we live in joy or we live in disgruntledness and lack of peace.
Man, I got to tell you, one of the worst days of my entire life was a day that I was surrounded around a bunch of people. I was surrounded by people that were just experiencing happiness and joy. We won our second state championship, and everybody went to go hug their family, and I didn't even realize that my family was in disarray because I was so focused on winning the next state championship. I was so focused on that, and my identity of a champion was focused on these rings that I would be winning, and the rings would be my identity. And I got another ring, and I lost my people. Like literally, I had a family member pass away, and I was so busy doing my job that in accomplishing these goals that I went to call this person and forgot they were no longer with us. You know what I mean? You ever had one of them moments?
Yeah,
like I was doing this thing that I thought was gonna bring me joy, but really it just brought more work. And then I had to come back. I had the opportunity to come back and re-identify myself as a man.
Oh man. Listen, you can find yourself living in one of three places. You can find yourself living in the past of all your old hurts, your habits, your hangups, your frustrations, your frictions, hurt feelings, or mistakes. And you get so swallowed up by that, it's depressing. And you just can't get on, you can't move on. You are so looking back there that you got the neck cramp in the lack of because you're just like, oh my gosh, that thing.
Right.
Or you could be looking so far to the future than what you're going after, and what you're running after, and what you're trying to get to, what you want to win, how much money you want to make, the car you want to drive. It just goes on and on and on and on. And you find yourself worrying. You live an anxious life, and an anxious life, what does it do? It pushes everybody away so you can have the space to do you, right? Or watch this. You can choose to live today. And when you look around your home, you look around your office, you look around your classroom, and you realize I have a chance today to serve, to love, to impact with who I am right now. In this moment, joy always happens in the right now. You can plan for joy, but you don't get to experience it. You can look back and wish you had it, but you're not so sure. But today, you can choose joy by choosing to be the best version of you and loving it.
Man, I love it. I was just about to ask you, if you had one statement, one mic drop statement, what would it be? And then you dropped the mic. I got nothing else. I got nothing else. Well, hey, let me tell you, Jeremiah, it's funny that Jeremiah, you are a man of joy, but past all that joy, your identity to me is you're somebody's daddy.
Man, that's it. That's it.
I thank you so much for being on our One Word Wednesday, and please continue to spread that joy.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me, bro. It's been good.
No problem. Peace.